folks, and welcome back to a new P3D video. Today, as you can see, we're in the Air France cargo and we are down at the ground in Chicago O'Hare with the texture still loading in, which they now have, and also a green building top. And we're heading over to Prestwick, which is a small international airport in Scotland. I believe it's the third busiest airport in Scotland. But Air France seem to operate a cargo flight every so often, so we're going to be heading from the Drzewiecki design, Chicago here, over to the UK 2000 Prestwick. We've got, well, clouds aren't that bad actually today, surprisingly. I thought by looking at the meta it would be worse, but it turned out not half too bad. I'm going to quickly bring the flight plan over so we can have a quick look at it while we just stare at and take in this beautiful aircraft. So here we are, we're the Air France 6731 from Chicago here to Prestwick. We're a 777 freighter. We have an estimated takeoff weight of 298.8 tons, an estimated landing weight of 244.1 tons, and an estimated zero fuel weight of 233.6 tons. And we've also seemed to have an initial cruise of flight level 310 and then a step climb up to 330 with a total trip time of 6 hours 58 minutes. So let's get ourselves in to the aircraft and we can go ahead and start opening up all the doors for the crew to get on board and also to get all the cargo on board. So if we have a look at our fuel first, it looks like we've got 65.8 tons of fuel we need today to take with us over to Prestwick. And we've also got a zero fuel weight again of 233.6 tons, so you in there. So that's fairly heavy, 86.4% on the total load. We'll also go ahead now and start the kind of overhead panel stuff while we wait. So we'll put the secondary external power on, EDI would come on, emergency exit lights, service interphone. We'll test the fire system to make sure it's still okay, which it is. Turn that off now. There we go, that's fine. The pop packs on as well, everything else can stay here, seat belts off, and as well as the fuel pumps. We'll also check our oxygen masks and make sure they are working, which they are. We'll go ahead and pop VOR left and right on the first officer and the captain side. We'll also have a look at the METAR dead quickly, so I can input the altimeter. So let's search for the weather. Chicago here. So we've got an altimeter of 3009er. We'll have a look at the weather once we're doing the performance. So altimeter of 3009er. If we have a look at the heading, that's fine, so I'm not putting stuff in here. We can leave all this here, that's fine just now. If we move down, we'll pop the parking brake on. We'll turn the transponder to 2000, and that is everything for the moment. So we'll head now down into the actually we'll double do the checklist quickly. So oxygen's been tested 100% at flight instruments, we'll do that in a second. So we're in the latest air rack, which is 2009er. We'll pop in our departure airport, which is Chicago here, and we'll pop in our GPS position. We'll go ahead and also put in our origin and our arrival, which is Echo Golf Papa Kilo Prestwick as the Air France 6731. We'll request that via ACARS. And we'll also have a look at the headings, so they match up as 0904, 0904, and altimeters match up as 3009er, 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 and then also 3009er. So that is perfect. We'll now turn the checklist off because we don't need that any longer. We'll also load that and we'll go ahead and request boarding just now because that's going to take a little while to do. Oh, he's going to drive right into them. Yep. Right, let's go. I don't think that the main cargo deck door isn't open, so let me go ahead and open that quickly. Yeah, it's opening. Right, well, so that's loaded in. We'll quickly pop our flight number back in again, which is the Air France 6731. And then we'll head in to the departure and arrivals. So departure from Chicago here. We've got no SID today, however, if we look at our departure runway, we're departing off of 10 left direct to Rainer. I don't know if there's a thing in real life or not. I don't believe Chicago has any departure SIDs. I thought it was a PMDG bug, but looking at charts and everything, it doesn't seem to see one departure, which is the O'Hare 1 departure, I think it is, which is fairly interesting. And then we're arriving on the ILS for runway 30 at Prestwick, so that is on the Trin to Romeo. I know that's because I live in Scotland, so I know that's Trin TR. We'll do transition as Trin 2. So let's have a look and walk through our flight plan. What we'll do is in departure we'll just pull heading, select, and we'll just go on heading through while, and then we'll head north to follow the flight plan. So we're heading quite northerly today. I'll show you on Navigraph what we've got going on. So let's zoom in a bit here. So we're going from Trin to Echo. Let's go. Perfect. So that'll bring us right round nicely. And we'll catch the localizer there, which is perfect. And then that's our go around stuff there, blah blah blah. Right, cool. So let's now go ahead, pop this back onto map and zoom in. We'll activate our flight plan and execute that. We'll head into legs, route data, one data request, and we'll do performance in it. So we'll accept this just now and then we'll fix it need be. So we'll load our one data. Looking at our reserve fuel, so if I just grab a calculator up because I'm too lazy to do this in my head, 4563 at 3162, the fuel comes out at 7.7 tons as our reserve. So 7.7 tons. Was it 7.7 tons? Yes, it was 7.7. So you can go in there. Your fuel weight is 233.6 from what I remember on the flight plan. Yep, it is. Cruise altitude initially is flight level 310, and our cost index was 170, I believe, which it is. I was correct there as well. So you can go in there. We'll execute you. VNAV, transalt stays the same, and forecast will load that. If we don't load that, we'll just end up having an FMC warning for God knows how long. Right, thrust limit. So since, well, I mean 10, what's our departure runway again? 10 left. Yeah, let me see how long 10 left is on Navigraph. So this is our flight plan for today. Like I said, heading north, right into Prestwick. So we'll bring you up, and we'll have a look just now. I'll come up with Navigraph. So airport info. So here's 10 left here. So we're down. We're here. Oh, I've parked at the wrong bit. Silly me. Oh well, we're here anyway, so it's right behind us actually, which is fine. So that's a long runway, yeah, so we can go for a nice long takeoff. So we'll go take off 1 with a climb to, just to preserve engine life. Takeoff. So we'll have a look at the winds again. So this is what I was saying, we'll look at the winds just now since we're at the performance section. So we'll just reload the weather to make sure it's all up to date. So we've got winds at 040, 11 gusting 16, 24 degrees with the dew point at 12 and an altimeter of 3009 Hz. So we'll put in 040 or 16 because worst case scenario the wind will be at 16. So we'll pop that in just now. 040 at 16 is the wind currently. And then the slope. How do we work out the slope again? Gosh, this is testing my memory. So we take, from what I remember, we take the elevation differences. So this runway elevation here is 651 and 672. So we'll do 672 take away 651, which will equal 21, and we divide that by the runway length in feet, which is 13,000, times that by 100, comes out at down 0.2. Perfect, so down 0.2. And looking at the weather again for the wind, the temperature was 24 degrees. And we can also check that by looking on the EICAS. Center of gravity, so our takeoff weight is going to be, what's our takeoff weight again? We're estimated a takeoff weight of 2908.8, so 2908.8. Yep, that's fine. Oh, no, not 9 or 8.8, 2908.8. Center of gravity will pop in there and we'll go with flat 5 departure. So that gives us all of our V speeds. And we'll head out to have a look at our cargo. We've still got quite a bit of cargo to go. I feel like this might be screenshot worthy at the moment, so we'll take it. Maybe use it for the thumbnail. I probably won't, I'll probably change it, but best having a thumbnail just in case. So I was meant to park here. Is that correct? Yeah, I was meant to park over here because that's Lufthansa, that's American, but American share Air France with KLM. So we should have parked on SC21, the cargo ramp. Yeah. I believe Air France also parked here, but from the real world flight it was parked over here, so. It's difficult to see if this texture is loaded in because it's just black in general anyway. That's what it looks like in real life, so. Right. I'm gonna go and do the checklist stuff just now, so we can go ahead and pop our fuel pumps on with the seatbelt signs. We might not actually need to put the umbrella, get any fuel in our reserves, so I'm just actually going to turn these center tanks off because we don't need them. There's no use in using them. We'll have enough fuel by the time we get to Prestwick anyway. Right, so we'll set the MCP now. So our V2 is going to be 173. Our runway heading, looking at this, is going to be 093 degrees. So like I said, we're going to go on that heading when we take off, and in our initial climb, let's just say 18,000, because we don't have any set to departure, we'll just say any set to follow on departure, we'll just say it's 18,000. So MCP V2 is 173, heading track is 093, and altitude is 18,000 feet. Takeoff speeds today, so V1 is going to be 164, VR rotation speed is going to be 169, and V2 is going to be 173. CDU pre-flight is completed, as we can check it on the iCast just to double check that we have done it, which we have, so it's completed. Trim, I'm not going to do yet. I'm going to wait until these guys are finished before I do anything. So I'm going to stop recording here and I'm going to skip to when they have finished loading the aircraft, and then I'll come back to you when they have done that. So boarding has completed. I've actually got the APU started now as well, because I actually forgot to do that, which was a pain, so that may take a while to start up, but it's running at least. We're going to go ahead and close all the doors now, because that is us now ready to get going. Yeah, so if we have a look quickly, that's closing, front door's closed, the L1 entry. There's this wee door at the back that always opens as well. Yeah, that's fine. So I'm going to disconnect from this in a minute once it's done. We're going to also start the hydraulics. So we'll wait for this yellow fault light to go out, and then we'll go ahead and pop our other hydraulics on. Perfect. We don't want any hydraulic leaks, so we follow that the way it's meant to be done. We follow it that way. So our trim, I've actually forgotten what button works for the trim. Oh, no, let's not do that. Wrong button. There we go. So our trim today is going to be 3.75. So that's 3.5, 3.75 there. So trim is 3.75 units, 0 on the aileron and 0 on the rudder. Taxi and takeoff briefing, so we're going to be pushing the nose back to the left, and we're basically just going to taxi to the runway, which is here. So we're going to cross 10 centre, I believe this is. Yeah, 10 centre. We'll end up crossing 10 centre, and we'll taxi along left up here, which is. So we'll push back, taxi along Delta Delta, left onto Papa, and then we'll join via Zulu on 10 left. Cool, and then we'll take off once we get to once we get to 2,000 feet. I'll pop the autopilot in. So taxi and takeoff briefing is completed. Beacon light we can now pop on. We'll disconnect the external power, and we'll also call for pushback. So we'll also disconnect everything else. Our park and brake is on just now, so we'll disconnect the air conditioning unit, disconnect the dual jetway plugs, and we'll also disconnect, we'll remove the wheel chocks as well. We'll also pop our transponder throttle reporting off, which is perfect, and we'll put VNAV, won't go on yet. We'll wait until we're thingy, and then that should go on, and that won't go on because flight directors aren't on. There we go. So we'll put VNAV on, but we'll leave LNAV off because I want to climb away on runway heading. We'll also pop the engine page on so we can have a look at engine indications while we start the engines up. Everything looks great here, so we are now just waiting for the GSX man to tell us we can start moving. We should hopefully get a nice sunrise as well at Prestwick. I'm hoping we do. Whether we do or not, I don't know, that's a different story, but I'm hoping we do at least. Nose left, facing north, perfect. Right, we'll run the timer. Actually, no, we'll restart the timer. There we go. Release parking brakes, start the timer now. Pushback is now starting. We can now start the engines, so number 2 engine will start. And once that starts moving, we can select the fuel control switch to run. There we go. There he is, the GSX man is there. He is running like mad. Look at him go. Speed walking, getting his long paces in. One thing I want PMDG to fix is to have them turned off initially, because it's annoying that they're always turned on. Right, engine number 2 looks good. We can start engine number 1 now. So we'll put the engine mode selector to start. I don't even know if it's called an engine mode selector. I know in Airbus it is, but it's different in Airbus. Set parking brakes. The engine is also moving, so we can put the fuel control switch to run. We do have a good engine start. We seem to be doing good just now. That's fine, he's unlocking the gear just now. That's perfectly fine. Bypass been inserted. No, bypass been removed. Sorry, not inserted. My bad. Sorry, GSX man. Didn't mean to annoy you. Right, so engine number 1 looks good as well. That's the temperature decreasing. So we've got good start in both engines. We'll go ahead to the overhead panel now. APU can come off. Packs, those lights will go out in a second. We'll set flap 5. Auto brake can go RTO. And we'll also set our lights just now since they're moved. When we turn off, some taxi lights can come on. So the checklist, so anti-ice is off. Recall has been checked. Flight control check. Go back. Neutral. Full forward. Neutral. Full left. Neutral. Full right. Neutral. Full right. Neutral. Full left. Neutral. Cool. So flight controls have been checked. Ground equipment is also clear. Before takeoff checklist as well is completed. So before takeoff checklist, flap 5 is set. So before takeoff checklist is also completed. Right, let's get going then. First time I've flown in a couple of days. Well, when I say days, I mean about 5 days. So this should be fun. I've not flown this aircraft in about, I really don't know, good 3.5 weeks. So this will be funny to watch and see how badly I fly this. So we're getting over Delta here, which is a swarm. We'll zoom you out a bit. Nothing on our right, that's fine, and there's nothing on our left. Right, no aircraft on our right as well, and there's also no aircraft on our left, I hope. There shouldn't be, because I've got no aircraft turned on. It's fine, there's not. So we'll pop our strobes on as we cross, as well as our landing lights, just so people can see us in case. You never know. Always somebody who likes to mess things up and cross when they're not meant to. Right, so we're turning left onto Papa here. I'm also going to pop weather won't work because we've not got active sky, which is a shame. Yeah, data will work, that's fine. We'll also pop weather on as well, just anyway. Right, since we're off the runway now, we'll go ahead and turn our landing lights and our strobes off as well, just so we don't blind anyone on the ground. Come on, let's go a bit faster. This is 10 left here. nobody's on our left here, nobody's on our right. I've got a feeling as well that our frames are going to drop as we take off. Since there's nobody landing on our left here, and also nobody landing on our right, we can go ahead. Oh my goodness. We can go ahead and line up on the runway, and we'll just take off straight away. Right, we'll pop our landing lights on now. Taxi lights can come off, strobe lights can come on. We are going on heading select for the first initial climb. Once I pop the autopilot in 2,000 feet, we'll go direct to Rainer. So, nothing on our left. I've just set something, what have I done? I don't know, nothing on our right either. I could swear I had a tail view. Well, up to Stealth 5 just now, spoilers to disarm, that's fine. And we can also set our TCAS to TARA. We'll quickly test it as we come around, make sure it's working.
TCAS test pass.
Perfect, right, let's go. So, take off. Looking for about 55.5. Stable. Toga. First ref.
On taxiway. On taxiway.
First set. First is set, sorry. That's how it is. 96.5 on the engineer. 100 knots. Check. Oh my goodness, that head shaking, I really need to turn it down in Chaseplane. V1. Rotate. Just do that slow rotation up. Go. Positive rate, gear up. Goodbye, Chicago. Oh, that is screenshot worthy for sure. That should be the thumbnail, definitely. Right, let's carry on this climb out just now. Let's get you on the flight directors. Bring flaps up one just now. There's 2,000 feet, so we'll also pop the autopilot in. We'll go direct Rainer. Execute that, and we'll pop LNAV in. And that will bring us around nicely. Bring flaps up one. Bye bye Chicago. And there's the setting distance. See, if only I had Orbex Global, I would probably make that the screenshot for the thumbnail, but we don't, so got to make do. Right, landing lights can come off, runway turn-offs can come off, strobes can stay on, beacon can stay on with the nav, and these seatbelt signs will turn off once we make this turn, because we've got no passengers on board anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference if we've got them on or not, because I'm sure the flight crew are responsible. Look at that wing flex. Right, let's do the after takeoff checklist / climb checklist. So after takeoff, landing gears up, flaps are up, after takeoff checklist completed. So that is us now on our way. I'm going to reset this to flight level 310. There we go. We'll turn seatbelt signs to auto. And then once we get to transition level, I'll also do that. But from me just now, I'll see you at the descent down into Prestwick in about 7 hours. But guys, I'll see you then, and I'll put some cinematics on.
Hey folks, and welcome back. This is the descent into Prestwick. As you can see, we have changed the arrival runway to runway 12 now, which is the opposite runway from London to London. Now I did check it's just a little bit of and it kind of looked like we were going to need to use runway 12. Maybe I should have used probably ProjectFly or checked the weather. Yeah, the runway's okay. Runway 12 is straight in anyway, so I don't really want to go all the way around to 30 if there's no need for it. Oh yeah, well, doesn't really matter to be honest. Yeah, oh, nice, we don't need to do this. I'll leave that. So, I've done basically everything it's done. We have a look at the checklist. We've just got to do the altimeters and stuff now. I might go direct to just which is what we're going to do. Maybe a bit above the descent progress, but well, I also put the seatbelt things on there as well, which is perfect. And we didn't get that sunrise I was looking for. I thought we would get a sunrise, but obviously not the right time we misjudged it, unfortunately. Which is a bummer because I was really looking for some sunrise. So if we walk through the arrival here, we'll go to the workspace here. So we're going to have this epilogue point at about 4,000 feet, and what we'll do is we'll probably go ahead from here as when we come to this point, and we'll just catch the localizer that way, and then we'll fly down the flight slope with vertical around and we'll follow the coordinates. So it's Navigraph up, we're going to descend down to 2,000 feet as well. Once we get to 4,000 and our Goran seems to be 3,000 feet, which is perfect. We're on speed brakes just now, no. Yeah, I don't think we're going to need to arm just yet.
So quite a wee way out of this.
Where are we just now? So this is Prestwick here. Yeah, there we go. So I was actually wrong. The VOR is not called Shroom, it's actually called the Turnberry VOR, the Turnberry arrival, not the Troon arrival. So I was wrong about that, which is embarrassing, but it's okay. We all make mistakes. So I think this is our original plan, was to take us down here, kind of over Campbelltown, and then up, and then but there's no point in doing that, we can just come straight in. The original arrival as well was going to take us around like that, but once again, no need, we can just come straight in, which is quite handy and nice. So we're past 10,000 feet as well, we'll go ahead and pop our landing lights on, and when we turn offs as well, taxi lights can stay off at the moment. The transition level is 6,000 feet as well, which is fine. I just need to remember that. I'm also going to select FlyChrono as well just now, because I do not trust that the aircraft is going to slow it down by when I want it to. That's us come up to the 15-mile line. So hopefully we actually slow down slow enough that we're not like 204 all the way back here, because I wouldn't want to do that. There'd be no point for that. I hate going slow, it just drags everything out. There's no need for it. So we'll keep that on the navigation display there first off your side. Oh, bit of a stutter. Was the tailgate just there. So I'm glad I got that. I feel like we should just go direct to the CF point just now. Would that make a difference? We go directly there. Sort of, we're a wee bit above the light, but that's okay, we'll fix that. I'm also going to pop lock on just now so we can grab that localizer once we get down onto the glide path, onto the localizer. That makes sense. So we're slowing down just in the right amount of time. According to this, we've got 20 miles to go bang on actually, which is fine. I might also slow this from the certain rate out because we seem to be going below the glide path, so not too much to the point where we're actually above the cloud. I think I've slowed this down way too early as well. I wanted to play it safe, I'd rather have played it safe than be way too fast. Now there's a game of controlling the vertical speed. You should basically reset the load. We are 1005 in QNH. Sorry, QNH not on time. So it's 1005 there, 1005 there, pop approach mode on that. Do the same on this, so it's 2906, it's 1005, it's perfect. So I'm just going to select this heading just now. No, I'm not. Why doing that plane? That's cool. So we grab that localizer at 2000, I'm going to set this to 3000 because I'm going to hope that we grab the glide slope at 2000, but I'm just going to keep this on low flat 2 as well just now, or sorry, flat 5. I'm going to keep this on 3000 to go around altitude, because I reckon we'll be on the glide by the time we get down to that altitude anyway. So altimeters have been set to 1005, much like QNH has been set to 1005. And it's just a landing checklist to do. So we're quite above that glide slope. To go. Hopefully we grab that localizer soon. That's going to be flat 15 as well just now. So yeah, I'll go back to 164. Why is this localizer not capturing? I'm a little worried it's not going to do it. Pop approach mode on just in case. Should hopefully capture in a second. I'd be really worried if it doesn't. Ah, there we go. We got it. I got this localizer, but now we just need to get the glide slope, which I hope the aircraft can catch up with. It seems to be doing it just now, which is perfect. And then once it's done that, no, it's not.
2500.
I feel like we might be a wee bit too high here, but we're going to find out in a second. Once we get this glide, when it goes glide slope, I'm going to put the gear down straight away, and then we'll go flat full once the gear's down. So glide slope should hopefully capture in a second. There we go, we'll reset 3000. Gear down. Perfect. Visibility is crap. So once the gear is down, no auto land, that's fine. Flat 15. I want to set this to 140.
Approaching.
Just the runway. Got a visual of my aircraft. Also take a check on some page rolls. Does we need it anymore? My aircraft.
400.
Let's get on that. Center line.
300. Approaching minimums.
Oh,
200.
fighting with it just now.
Minimums.
Gonna continue.
100.
When I feel this is gonna be a plan.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Okay, spoilers. Versus green. Diesel. And versus it.
Remaining.
Okay, that was a good landing. I might have been a bit. My wing might have dropped into the right a bit when we were landing there, but that's okay. We learned from our mistakes. So we're into my right up here. And this is the Freeware UK 2000 Prestwick, so it's just the free version, not the paid version, because no money. It's the problem when you have no money. Okay, cool, so this is the airport. We're going to get off here at Quebec and then turn right onto Romeo. Cool, let's bring our flaps up. Swing around. Landing lights can come off. Turn off space data, taxi on, strobe off. We'll start the AQ as well. So let's go back and turn right now onto Romeo. I don't know if you can actually go along this in real life. It looks too small to be going along in real life. However, I'm not a real pilot. It doesn't say you can on the charts, so I'm going to go with my own. Let's flaps up. You get the Freeware UK 2000 airports. When you download them, you can't use GSX. I mean, well, airports like this, you can't, you know, once they've not got standards, you can't use GSX. It says your parking is too small, even though you've chosen like gate heavy or whatever, ramp cargo. The way to fix that is you just basically head into GSX, customize airport positions, and then if you just select, so here we go, this is us here, so my mouse has disappeared as well, which isn't good. I'll try to keep on the centre line while doing this. If you select the gate, so this is us gate, our gates here, it will say like max allowed wingspan, it will say like 0, or 40 or whatever. It will just say a number, change it to like a really big number like 80 or like 100 or whatever, and then that means you can then have basically GSX working. So the thing I learned, this thing's really annoying. I wish I could turn that off because it just tells me when I've got weather injections and I'm like, I don't want to know. is that there? Is that? Don't know what that is. It's not on the taxi charts. Well, I'm going to assume that it's RAM. Gate 7, sorry. We're 7 hours. Yeah, we're probably about 7 hours bang on with the timing there, which was what we predicted 6 hours 58, but we were 7 hours, so not too bad. Not too bad. And we had so much fuel left over as well. So much fuel we had. Wrong thing. What's this one? I mean, it asked me to use the center tank in the middle of the flight, so I turned it on. But yeah, we used not that much fuel. There's still tons left over. We could easily divert to like Manchester or something if you wanted to. I mean, I wouldn't divert to Manchester. I'd just divert to like Glasgow or Edinburgh. Probably Glasgow since it's closer. Right, so we park it up on the left behind there. So we're just parking right here. This is case level. It's just the shutdown checklist we've got to do in a second. So that's not gate 7 there, I don't think. No, that is gate 7 there because that's the GSX man. Right, let's swing you around. Let's turn our running turn-offs and tax lights up just so we don't line anyone. Pop our logo and line lights off as well. Let's also not park in the incorrect spot. It's awkward. Better here. Yeah, I think the GSX guy's out of position because I'm not going to be in line with. I'm going to stick with what I've got just now. Pumps off, packs off, beacon off, that's fine, hydraulics come off as well. Go ahead and get the grid connections on, so chocks on, go with 1 plug, that's fine. It's not connected, why isn't it connected? Because I've not got it in. Makes general power on, APU off, that's fine, and then we'll go ahead and request T-boarding. We'll open up all our doors. So let's run this door, open the main cargo deck door, and open all our other cargo doors. And we'll quickly complete that on ProjectFly, so there we go. Effective window, what was our landing rate? We'll have to find out. Minus 66. Oh yes, that was a great landing. Well, there we go. That's another one added to the bag. We'll see the new line now on here. Ta-da! Well, anyway, that is us for tonight. We've got one last thing, which is from pushing back to getting on stand. We were 7 hours 15 minutes. Perfect. Well, anyway, folks, that's it for me tonight. Or, well, I'm filming it at night,
this is kind of, I know it says day in December, I'm filming it at night anyway, because I wanted to do it kind of realistically to the time. From me France, 6731, good morning, afternoon, night, evening, wherever you are, and I hope that you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next video, which should hopefully be a Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 video, so I'm excited for that, but I'll see you guys soon, and take care.